When the now defunct DC Universe streaming platform was announced, DC Comics made sure to announce a bunch of series that they had hoped would push the boundaries in various ways. Many, like the Harley Quinn animated show or the criminally canceled Swamp Thing, absolutely did. And that says nothing of Doom Patrol, which continues to wow audiences all over. Then there was the flagship show, Titans, a show that definitely got a lot of people talking from the get-go, but not always in the best ways. And now a fourth season is definitely coming, so allow us to show you Titans Season 4, everything we know so far. Release date? There's no word yet on when Titans Season 4 will drop on HBO Max, but previous seasons have been broadcast through September and October, so it stands to reason we could see it in autumn 2022. Another season of Titans was announced at this year's DC Fandom celebration, where it was also confirmed that Doom Patrol and Pennyworth would also be coming back for another round. So needless to say, it is happening. And the man behind Nightwing was the one to make the announcement himself, even if his daughter kind of botched it by saying they were getting season 3. Kids, what do they know? While we'll get more into the other details in a sec, it's important to note that this is a major thing. As stated in the intro, Titans was supposed to be the flagship show of the DC Universe platform, but when that went bottoms up, for various reasons, not the least of which was the birth of HBO Max, many wondered if the shows would be accepted on the new platform. Turns out the answer was yes, and Titans is still the flagship show of that set of shows that are still around, Harley Quinn and Doom Patrol. So them getting a fourth season is honestly rather big, and now the question is, what are they going to do with it? The cast. After a close brush with death in Season 3, Brenton Thwaites will be back in the role of team leader Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, in the next chapter of Titans. It's expected that he'll be joined again by co-stars Anna Diop, Starfire, Ryan Potter, Beast Boy, Tegan Croft, Raven, and Joshua Orpin, Superboy, in the upcoming episodes. Less likely to return is Alan Ritchson as Hank Hall, who was killed off midway through Season 3, with the actor now committed to a follow-up gig leading Prime Video's Reacher. It's also unclear whether Connor Leslie will be back as Donna Troy, given that the recent season finale saw her leave the Titans to track down a missing ally, but there's every chance that they could cross paths again. What's more, there are obviously going to be new character additions like villains and such, and that means that there will be new faces and voices to hear. And that means all new possibilities for things to get even more intense. Potential plot. After vanquishing Jonathan Crane in the finale, fans were left with little indication over what would happen in the next season of Titans, with the writers choosing not to sprinkle any teases in the final moments as they have done in the past. Star Brenton Thwaites acknowledged the sparsity of information in an interview with TV Line, explaining that the Season 4 plot will depend on the characters they want to use, just because we as a company are exploring what we are going to do. He added, "I'm sure that when the time comes, we will tease everything. But as far as I know, it'll be shot in Toronto and probably during the summer, so it'll be less morose and cold-looking." It's a little odd for no inclination of a Season 4 plotline to be had at this point. Season 2's finale, for example, teased a truly united Titans front, which kind of fell through, but whatever, as well as the potential for Raven to bring back Donna Troy. And when you consider that other shows like Doom Patrol, Stargirl, which was also a DC Universe show before it went to the CW, teased their own futures in certain ways, it kind of makes you wonder why Titans is being a bit stingy. But you could also argue that they are trying to make it so that when they drop the Season 4 trailer, they know that fans will be surprised with what they get. But there's a difference between surprise and quality. The divide. Here's the thing. Since basically episode 1, Titans has had a clear divide in the fan base that watches it. True, enough people watch it to warrant multiple seasons, but that doesn't mean that all who watch it like it. Many, in fact, watch it in the vain hope, in their minds at least, that the show will pick up in quality. Case in point, Dick Grayson. From the first trailer where he uttered the infamous phrase, "F Batman," fans were not amused at this portrayal of the legendary, lighthearted character. Yes, Dick Grayson has had dark storylines, and even one time went deep undercover as a spy where he had to be a little less like Dick Grayson, But even then, this show's presentation of Dick Grayson is at times a direct contradiction to the character from the comics. A great example would be in Season 1, episode Donna Troy, where Dick seeks out his old friend Donna for advice. During a spot in an art gallery, Dick was approached by someone and Dick unintentionally drove them away by talking too much in the boring sense. When Donna called him out on this, Dick noted that, "I don't do small talk." Anyone who knows Dick Grayson knows he's the king of small talk and jokes and one-liners. It's a part of the reason he's so beloved. But in Titans, they make him a character who was heavily scarred by how Batman raised him, itself a take that fans aren't happy with over the course of 3 seasons, and is super angry, violent, and isn't the most reliable of people. In Season 1, Dick Grayson tries to dump off Raven on his friends Hank and Dawn and gives them money to do it. The real Dick Grayson wouldn't do that, and fans have been calling out things like that since Season 1. Character progression. Another problem is that while the story wants you to think that things are evolving with the Titans, you honestly have to wonder if that's true at all. The best example of this is Beast Boy, because with Ryan Potter, they honestly got a great Garfield/Beast Boy. He's funny, has charm, and has a good chemistry with most of the cast. But the point of being Beast Boy is that he can transform into multiple animals, and yet, 3 seasons now done, he can only transform into a tiger, and one that many people say is bad CGI. What's the point of that? What's more, large chunks of the season, Beast Boy is ignored and has almost no storylines or plot attached to him. The biggest things that happen to him in Season 2, for example, is that he accidentally unleashes Superboy on the city by accident, and then Argus does brain surgery on him to turn him into a killer. Many weren't happy with that. Another character that has progression issues is Raven. After defeating her father, many felt that she would have had better control of her powers, as that was a major plot point of Season 1. Instead, she only has sporadic control, and then randomly she shows how to use them perfectly until they run amok on her again. Really? This doesn't mention Starfire, whom many have not liked due to how they have limited her powers and abilities, i.e. only having true fire powers instead of starbolts, as she's known for in the comics, as well as her relationship with Dick Grayson, and things only grow from there. And this says nothing of the story beats and plots that make no sense, aren't true to the characters, and so on. Can Season 4 be better? Trying to calm down a little bit. That is the question that many are asking, and it's not going to be clear until they debut the episodes, because Season 3 had a lot of potential in regards to adapting the Red Hood storyline, which in and of itself was a mixed bag, and yet once the episodes debuted, fan response wasn't the best. Could Season 4 be the turning point? Sure, but with so little information on it right now, we'd just be guessing on what's to come. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at Titans Season 4 and all that is likely to happen in it? What do you think of Titans Season 3, as well as the first 2 seasons before that? Do you think that this show is even living up to the potential that was given it based on the comics history? Or do you, like others, think that the show is constantly tripping over its own feet? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.